In the heart of a kingdom bathed in golden sunlight, ruled a monarch whose wisdom was as vast as the desert sands. King Solomon, they called him, a man whose name was whispered with reverence and fear. His dominion extended not only over his people, but also over the unseen world, a realm of spirits and demons that bowed to his will. A divine edict cast a long shadow over the kingdom. To build a temple worthy of God, Solomon was commanded to use no stone touched by iron. The very essence of peace was to be unsullied by the metal of war. A daunting task for any king, but for Solomon it was a riddle wrapped in an enigma. Days turned into nights as the king pondered. His mind, a labyrinth of thought, sought a path through this impenetrable wall. And then a flicker of hope ignited within him. The Shamir, a creature of myth and legend, was said to be capable of shaping stone with a touch as gentle as a summer breeze. But where was this creature to be found? The question hung heavy in the air, a spectre haunting Solomon's dreams. In desperation, he turned to the only source of power beyond his own, the demonic realm. With a whisper of a sacred name, he summoned a creature of shadow, a being whose essence was as cold as the abyss. The demon knelt, its form trembling, a grotesque puppet on invisible strings. "What is your will, O wisest of kings?" Its voice was a rasping whisper. Solomon, his voice low and commanding, demanded the location of the Shamir. The demon's form contorted in fear. "Mighty king, the first I am but a servant. Only Ashmodai, our lord, knows of the Shamir." A shiver ran through the demon, a cold breath of dread. "His palace is a fortress of ice and shadow, perched on a mountain that pierces the sky. The Shamir is guarded there, deeper than the roots of the world." Solomon's eyes narrowed. "Bring me to Ashmodai," he commanded. The demon's protests were as futile as a moth against a flame. Benaiah, the king's most trusted warrior, was chosen for this perilous task. Armed with a chain forged in holy fire and a vial of the strongest wine, he set forth into the unknown. The journey was a descent into a world of nightmares. The mountain was a behemoth of stone, its peak lost in clouds. Benaiah climbed, his heart pounding in his chest, his breath coming in ragged gasps. At the summit, a fortress of obsidian gleamed in the sunlight, a mockery of hope. Inside, the air was thick with the stench of evil. Benaiah pressed on, his courage a shield against the encroaching darkness. Ashmodai, a towering figure of shadow and malice, was found deep within the fortress. The battle was swift and brutal, a clash of light and darkness. In the end, Benaiah stood victorious, the demon bound by the holy chain. With the demon as their guide, they began the arduous journey back. Along the way, the demon's prophecies were a chilling counterpoint to the hope of finding the Shamir. Weddings ended in tragedy, lives were cut short before their prime. Yet, Benaiah pressed on, his duty a beacon in the storm. Finally, they stood before Solomon. The demon, its spirit broken, revealed the final secret: the Shamir was guarded by a woodcock on a remote mountain peak. Benaiah, once more, was the king's chosen champion. Armed with a lead-lined box and a pane of glass, he embarked on his final quest. The mountain was a test of endurance, a battle against the elements and the passage of time. At the peak, he found the woodcock's nest. The bird, a creature of wild beauty, was absent. But there, nestled among soft feathers, was the Shamir, a tiny jewel of incredible power. With a heart pounding with anticipation, Benaiah captured the Shamir. The journey back was fraught with peril, but he emerged victorious. In Solomon's hands, the Shamir became the architect of a miracle. The temple rose, a testament to human ingenuity and divine will. And as the last stone was set in place, the Shamir vanished, leaving behind a legend as enduring as the temple itself.